Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments and Condos. I'm walking into 1421 Washington, number 3. This is really a nicely rehabbed one-bedroom. As we walk through the front door, the first thing we notice is how bright it is. We're looking into the living room, and if we turn to our left, we see just a sliver of the bedroom and a dining room, and off the dining room is the kitchen. Before we go any further, there is a huge entry closet. This has got to be at least 9 feet, 8 or 9 feet long by 3.5 feet wide. It's got a shelf and a hanging bar. It's beautiful. It could almost be a room. And it does have its own light fixture. So it's a very big, very usable closet. As we walk into the apartment, we see a really nice sized living room. And again, beautiful hardwood floors. The hardwood floors have just been screened and refinished. We also notice that the finish throughout the apartment is flawless. So the walls are perfectly plumb. There's none of the modeling that is often associated with the vintage apartments. There's a beautiful ceiling fan. We're facing south, so we get very good light. The windows are newer. We're looking out onto Washington, which is a one-way street east. Gets virtually no traffic. If I turn back from the windows, we see we're in a not quite square room. It's definitely a rectangle, probably about 13 by 11.5 or so. Nice size and a lot of separation of space in this apartment. Again, we have the ceiling fan, and we look back at the front door, which is right next to that huge closet we just saw. So if we turn to our left now, we have that huge closet. If we turn to the right, we have a big dining room. Now the dining room is almost the same size as the living room. So it's a nice big room. You could call it a formal dining room, except that you have this walkway to the bedroom and the bathroom. So big extra room, intended to be a dining room, I'm sure. Again, same light fixture and ceiling fan. The window is facing the back of the building, which I will show you in a minute because it's got a cool backyard. From the dining room, we go to the kitchen. Kitchen is a beautifully rehabbed kitchen with enormous cabinet space, granite countertops, full-size, newly installed stove, I think, and fridge, laminated hardwood floors. Really a very pretty kitchen. And if we come in part way, we see the dishwasher, more countertop, more cabinets, and a twin stainless steel sink with a hose attachment as well. I hardly know where to start. I've already overlooked the microwave. Let's do this. Let's just start at the cabinets, which are quite a few. So we have this first panel of cabinets, which are basically a series of, the lower is a 2-foot cabinet, the upper is a 2-foot cabinet, then we have more like a 1-foot cabinet. 3 shelves on each. The shelves are 11 or 12 inches deep. Again, you see the same thing underneath. And then up above, you just have open space. So lots of cabinets there. Then as we go down the line, we'll see the standard 2-foot cabinet with 3 shelves that are 11 or 12 inches deep. We have a beautiful backsplash. The tile is flawless. That's probably brand new. The outlets look brand new as well. Granite countertop. And they actually have some pretty good counter space in this apartment. And then you have the underneath cabinets, which are like the cabinets I showed you underneath. About 2 feet high, 11 or 12 inches deep, 3 shelves each. So we have all of these cabinets, which are 2 feet high, 3 shelves each, and the ones on the bottom are the same. As we go down, we see, again, the backsplash goes the whole way around the kitchen, so it's going to be really easy to keep clean. which is nice. Here we have a little bit more counter space, a drawer, which is nice. Oh, you see a little bit of wood dust, so these are new. And the underneath cabinet's quite deep, so you could put pots, pans, bowls, small appliances, Keurig, something like that. Stove looks totally unused. It is. If we look at the burners, there's no char at all. You can still see some dust from the installation. Inside is squeaky clean, and it's a big stove, so you can cook anything. Above is a brand new microwave. Stainless steel microwave. If we open it up, it's clearly never been used. We have another cabinet to the left. 3 shelves, 2 feet high. Another outlet. A little bit of countertop. Another drawer. And another deep cabinet. So you have just got amazing storage on the side with the stove. The window here is facing where? North, and you get just a glimpse of the backyard, which is really nice. Now, as we circle around, we see the twin stainless steel sink, which is beautiful. We check the water pressure all the way to the hot. Very good. You have that spray attachment, hose attachment, drains beautifully. Turn that off. Underneath can be used as storage, which is super nice. Again, you have big, deep storage underneath. And I'm step back and show you the backsplash goes all the way to the floor. So really a sponge is all you need to clean this. Cabinets up on top, just 2 shelves, 2 feet high with just 2 shelves. And next to that is we're back to the 3 shelf, although this is a much longer cabinet. So that's quite wide. I should say wider cabinet. Lots of outlets, a little more counter space, a nice rock countertop. Full-size dishwasher, obviously just installed, still has the energy guide inside. And our last cabinet has a small drawer. And a deep cabinet that can be used for cookie sheets, pots, pans, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to step back. I'll show you the fridge in just a second. But just for a moment, you have a good cooking, cleaning area there. More cabinet space, microwave stove there. Good counter space that comes all the way down with cabinets all the way down. It's really amazing. And the flooring is terrific. It's a little dusty because of the installations, but we of course will clean that. The fridge is probably about 5 feet 8 inches high with a freezer on top, shelves to the right. Underneath, you can see it's brand new. Cold cut drawer, crisper drawers, shelves and a butter dish, and it is squeaky clean. So it's a really nice kitchen. Next to the fridge is the back door that would take you down to the backyard. In fact, I'll open it up just real quick. Oh, we have some installation stuff there. But if we just look out just for a moment, you can see there's planters in the back. There's areas for sitting. It's a very pretty backyard. Laundry and storage are both down there as well. So we'll come back in the apartment. Turn towards the dining room. Take one more look at the kitchen, which is really bigger than most kitchens. A big dining room. We'll walk past the big closet in the living room, and we'll see another closet, the bath, and the bedroom. This closet's got mirror doors. I'll try to stay out of the video, but it's a good sized closet. I'll just point it at the floor so you can sort of see the dimensions. I would say that's easily 6 feet, probably more across, and about 2 feet deep. So you can really hang and store quite a bit of stuff. And you see a shelf and a hanging bar. So that's a big closet that is directly in front of both the bedroom and the bath. And the bath, you can see a little bit of dust here as well, but it is super clean otherwise. Beautiful tile work, newer tub, new sink and cabinet. Nice tank toilet, again a laminate floor, facing south, so it's amazingly bright. What else can I tell you about it? Oh, they've cut a van into the ceiling. So that's not totally common, and that will cause, the circulation will really help keep the bathroom clean and dry. So let's check the water pressure, which we know is good, and it is. Underneath is nice and dry, drains beautifully. The toilet is just what you would expect from a tank toilet. The outlet next to the mirror, medicine cabinet with 3 shelves. There's 2 light fixtures here, one above the mirror and one above the shower, which is really nice too. And if you look at the ceiling, it's beautiful, it's just flawless, as is the tile work flawless. The tub is super clean, just a little dust from installations. The window needs to be cleaned a little, but that's also just, you know, standard cleaning. Water pressure, and that's all the way to the hot, is huge. Pull that up, and you can hear that roaring out and draining beautifully. So there is a towel bar back here. Just really gives you a chance to see more of the tile work. Very easy apartment to clean because of all the tile work. Like I said, you don't need much more than a sponge. Super bright, nicely rehabbed with a ceiling fan, which really makes a difference. Okay, so we'll walk. If we look back from the bathroom, we see the kitchen, a little bit of the dining room, the big closet outside the bedroom, and then we'll go take a look at the bedroom, which is also a good sized room. We see the radiator in the corner. It has the same ceiling fan light fixture. This is probably about 9 by 12, so very easy to put a queen size bed in here. A little bit harder to get a king size bed. We're looking out on Washington, which means we're facing south. Again, newer windows, which is really nice. Lots of outlets. Look how bright it is. Nice shadow. This has a coaxial cable outlet, so you could bring, cable internet into this room easily. Just a very nice sized bedroom. Now, there's no closet in the bedroom, so the mirrored closet would be the closet you'd use. So we come out of the bedroom, take a last look at the bath, look across to the kitchen, through the dining room, which is a big room. Get one last look at that huge closet, the living room, which is super pretty with all the light. And that brings us to the front door. Thanks for watching.